Interestingly enough, loss of consciousness or a period of time unconscious on the field doesn't necessarily have an impact in their long-term recovery. Some of these athletes can bounce back within a 2-week window, and I've seen lots of athletes that have had a lot less than a knock like that and ended up having a protracted recovery. So loss of consciousness has no correlation with post-concussion symptoms. Concussion is an individual injury, and it's true that 80% of the adult population might bounce back within a 2-week window, but there's still 20% that won't. And so having someone sit at home doing nothing for 2 weeks is actually not the right thing for that 20% who are going to need longer term recovery and might need to have input before then. So it's an individual injury and everyone's different. Everyone's going to take different times to recover. And so although from a safety point of view with sport, it's good that we're doing this, it's not the be all and end all with management of concussion. Physio has such an important role to play in the management of concussion. I find it really exciting because we can actually do something. We can give rehab. It's not just a watch and wait and see. And it's evolving. 15 years ago, I don't think we were as involved in the management of concussion, but you see people get better because you're giving them exercises and rehab. So physios have a seat at the table and we have a role to play, but it's important that you know what you're doing because you want to get it right. So just like you would upskill to become an expert on managing tendinopathy of an ankle or a neck, you need to be upskilled in the management of concussion. Every person that has a concussion is an individual, but also within that individual, every concussion that they have is individual. So you need to treat every concussion from an impairment level with a team around them. And if they make a full recovery and are symptom-free, then I think it's perfectly safe to return to play. But it's all about that individual and their profile. So I would disagree that if you have one concussion, then that's going to have a big impact on your life. I think the work that's been done to have minimum stand-down periods is really good. What we need to be aware of is that's a minimum amount of time that people should be sitting out of contact. And that once they come out of that minimum period of time, they need to build up to contact. It's not a matter of sitting in a dark room and having no stimulation, no school for 2 weeks. People need to build up slowly. So once again, it's individual. That period of time might work for some people, but it doesn't work for everyone. Some people might need a little bit of extra help. But yeah, it is a minimum period of time.